2, 3, 4. Had a backpack with a bottle of water and a silver book and a pennant on my friends. We headed out into the trees, disappeared into the breeze. If you please, I'd like to...
Alright guys, so since I've been off trail for a little while, getting over this virus, I thought we could do a gear update. So this is the pack, pretty much with everything. This is what I've got packed for my next 5 to 6 day portion, which is through the desert. So this is kind of my hot weather desert kit. This is everything I'm bringing. So let's take it apart and show you what I got. Remember, this is what works for me. It's not necessarily what's going to work for everybody, but I thought you'd like to see it. So this bag, I'm still really loving it. This thing has been great. I love the storage in the top. Up here I keep my bag of all my little essentials and my medical kit, my repair kit. Side pockets are great. Everything's got a place. I keep my tent in the large side pocket here, and it's just great to get into camp, set your bag down, set your tent up. I love it. It's just been a really good pack. I'm really happy with how well it carries the weight really well. And I actually carry my sleeping pad in the back behind here, behind this little sit pad. And the other thing I did add this little pocket. It's made by Gossamer Gear. I know somebody asked me about it. They make these in an even bigger size. An iPhone 7 series is supposed to fit in it. I carry an iPhone SE. It's smaller, it's lighter, fits perfect in this pocket. I like that it's got a little padding so that when I drop my pack and it falls over on a rock, I don't smash my phone, and I'm not the best with keeping my gear from falling over. So, like I said, love this pack. Now let's go through all the little things. So this is all the stuff out of my pack, and remember, this is my setup for a hot section. This is a new thing that I switched to. It's a Cuban fiber pack made by Hyperlite Mountain Gear. I love it. It's made to be in the shape of your pack, so it's round in front and flat on the back. It fits in any pack really, really well. And this is my new food bag, and I really like it because I can unzip it and get into all my food. This is 5.5 days of food in here. It weighs about 9.5 pounds. If I was going through the mountains or someplace cold, I'd bring more food. I traded out my stove for a thing I can cold dehydrate, and I really like this because I can screw the top on it and add water to whatever I need to rehydrate, and even pack it around in my pack. I don't have to worry about it spilling. So that's my new system of eating. Then this little bag has all my electronics. We'll go through that. This is my solar umbrella. I love this thing. This one is really light. Same one I had in my first gear video. And this thing has been a savior through the desert. Still rocking my Z-Packs tent. I love this thing. It is so wonderful. Here's the stakes that go with it. I had to switch out stakes. The carbon fiber stakes that I started with, I love them. They're so light, they're so nice, they're so easy to break, and they don't go in the ground. So these might be nice for Oregon and some places that are a little easier. So I still have a few of those, but I added the MSR mini groundhogs. Not the lightest thing out there, but they hold really well. They go through the harder ground a little bit easier, and then hold in the sand. And then I've got a couple of these shepherd hooks too, just aluminum ones, and they've been helpful with this tent because it is not freestanding. It's really important that I have good stakes. Let me switch to a lighter sleeping bag. This is the Z-Packs 20-degree bag. I have it with a zipper in it, but you can open it up like a quilt. This was not warm enough for me on the JMT, but now that the nights are down in the 50s, maybe 40s, this is more than enough for me. Here's a bag with my extra clothes and my puffy jacket. And we'll go through those. The other big change I made was I switched out my Z-Rest for a sleeping pad. This I had bought for shorter backpacking trips or cold weather trips. This is the Sinmat Ultralight 7. It is so comfortable. It doesn't make noise when I move around. I'm taking it. I wish I had a slightly smaller version, but man, I sleep really well with this. This right here is actually a piece of Tyvek. If you watched my last video, I used it to make a shade. I've used this for so many things. It's a ground sheet if I'm taking a break. It can be a blanket in my tent if my sleeping bag's too hot. Really useful thing. It's actually different than the Tyvek most hikers carry. This is kite making Tyvek. Still waterproof, still really, really durable. I cannot tear it, but it's quite a bit lighter and it's really soft. It's been a really versatile piece of equipment. At first I wasn't sure I was going to keep it. I would not get rid of this. Water storage, and okay, so we actually have 2 of those platypuses. We've got 2-liter smart water bottles and then a 1 3/4-liter smart water bottle. So I actually have pretty much the capacity to carry 7 liters of water with me. I haven't needed to carry quite that much yet, but it's getting late season, water's drying up out there. The Sawyer squeeze has been working out great for me. I did have to replace the O-ring, and I'm just having to be really careful how I thread it onto my platy. If you don't thread it on right, you're going to be running some of the dirty water down out into where you want your clean water to be. The other important thing, got your potty kit. This Deuces Spades trowel. This has been a great little thing to have. Super lightweight, and it'll dig a cat hole anywhere you need it. I bring TP, but I pack it out. Like, I hate going along on the trail and seeing evidence of people's, how do we say it, break time. Always Purell. I bring some of this. Keep your hands clean, guys. Don't be spreading germs around to each other. So my sunglasses, I do actually carry this heavier case. My eyes are really sensitive to sunlight. If I lost these, I would be in trouble. So it is totally worth the wait for me to bring this extra case. When I'm not wearing them, they're in here, snapped to my pack so I don't lose them. I switched out to a lighter weight rain jacket. I'm not going to go out without some protection, but this is the Helium Outdoor Research Helium 2, super lightweight. I think it's less than 6 ounces. Not as protective as the other raincoat I have, but this one is great. I use this for a wind shirt. I use it for extra warmth, and if it rains, it's going to be enough to keep me dry. This is turned into my junk drawer. It's got basically all my hygiene stuff, a repair kit, and all the medical stuff I could possibly need. We'll go through that if you guys are interested in it. Love taking my Lucy light with me. It's been reassuring to know I will have light. It's a little solar light. I like it in my tent. I can journal by it. I can pack up in the morning by it, and I don't have to worry about running down the batteries on my headlamp. Headlamp, Black Diamond Revolt. Still really happy with this thing. It charges up fast. It's bright enough. It's got a red light. The other nice option is there's a way to lock it so that it doesn't accidentally get turned on in your pack. This is a plastic bag. I keep a little journal in here, and then we keep our maps and kind of a basic resupply plan here. And really important to keep your maps dry, and of course I want to keep my journal dry because this is going to be my memory down the road. The other neat thing I added was the hip belt pockets on the pack weren't very big, so I added this little fanny pack that I wear kind of on my right hand hip, and I'll show you guys everything that's in there. Also, we added our official PCT class of 2017 bandana. It's great. You've got on your left hand side hiker to trail, on your right hand side hiker to town, and a pretty neat little map and mileage all the way up. Alright, so here's all the electronics. Basically this is everything I have for this section that I need to keep charged up. This is a 10,000 megahertz, whatever that is, battery. It's been more than enough to keep everything charged up. It actually has a built-in cable here, which I really like. Of course, I keep some various charging cables. This is a neat little accessory. This actually can hook onto a mini USB and turn it into a lightning cable, which is great. One, if my lightning cable breaks, I've got a backup, and two, if I want to charge my phone, which I'm videoing with right now, and my iPod at the same time, no problem. I highly recommend, don't just take your regular old cube. This one is a quick charge one, double thing. It's great. It actually really does charge faster than the other ones. Of course, my headlamp that we went over, this thing can plug into the battery and recharge, but what's nice is I can also take out the rechargeable batteries and put in regular ones. So if I'm thinking I'm going to be running low on battery, I can throw a couple extras in the pack and use it either way. The InReach. This thing has been great for me. I really enjoy it. I had it on the JMT a few years ago. It's great to be able to text back to people at home, say goodnight, check in. The other really neat thing is you can set it up so it tracks you and give your friends and family a code, and they can actually real time see where you are on the trail. And it's been great with my trail support when I have somebody meeting me on trail. This little sack is just what I store it in. It's great. Not waterproof. I'll probably have to get a waterproof pack later on. And then the iPod. I love this thing. I know a lot of people are purists. They don't want to listen to music out there. It has saved my butt. It's nice to have music when you're going up a long hot hill. And then some of the days when I'm hiking by myself and nobody's around and the scenery's not spectacular, I have several books on there, and I really enjoy listening to books as I hike. Here is all the extra clothes I have with me aside from what I'm wearing and my rain jacket. It's really not much. Now normally the desert can get really cold, but I am late season in the PCT through hiking season, and it is hot out there. We do go up some elevation, but this is more than enough to keep me warm, and if it gets cool in the night, I just climb into my bag. So I always have my Mountain Hardwear Puffy, super lightweight, 5 ounces. You can't not take it. It's nice to know that you will never be cold if you have this thing. I switched out my midweight hoodie for an extra lightweight, long sleeve merino wool, Smart Wool 150 weight shirt. I can sleep in that. And then I got rid of the heavier weight merino wool pants for just these ex officio really light mesh tights. They're great. I can put them on at night. They give me a little bit of warmth, and then I'm not also getting my sleeping bag really dirty and sweaty and gross. So those are really easy to wash out. An extra pair of underwear, my buff, and this right now in this warmer section is replacing my hat and that earband that I had. I really don't need more than this. I can use it for a hat, I can use it for a neck warmer, I can use it around my ears. It's great when the moon is too bright and you're trying to sleep. Nice little sleep mask there. Merino wool buff, love this thing. And then I'm bringing extra socks. Before I had one pair, now I keep a pair of the Injinji liners just in case I'm starting to get toe blisters. This is a really lightweight pair of darn tough socks. They're not all merino. They dry really fast, and they've been helping my feet not sweat too much. And then I also bought a regular weight pair of Injinjis just if everything's not working out or I need an extra change of socks. These are great. I can wear these alone, and they actually make a little bit more room in my shoe if my feet are swelling up. And then I'm still bringing my compression sleeves. Like I said, I've had problems with shin splints. If I feel shin pain, I'm going to put these on and hike in them. They're also nice if the bugs are out a lot. I can put those on now that I'm hiking in a skirt. My legs are getting a little more scratched up and bit up, and I like them. If my legs are really sore, I'll put them on at night. So, nice thing about hiking in the heat is you don't have to carry as much stuff with you. And here is all the little stuff. This is my medical kit, my hygiene kit, and my repair stuff. So, repair stuff, I keep a few little zip ties, piece of string. I've used this for many things already. An extra carabiner, super glue, which kind of actually goes along with your med kit. And then what this is a little tube. Inside I've got a few pieces of tenacious tape, and which is a great sticky tape. It'll repair holes in your tent, holes in your bag, holes in just about anything. And inside I have a little bit of fishing line I can sew with, and a little bit of cotton thread stuffed down in there. And then on the outside is some Gorilla Tape clear, and of course a rubber band. And then I keep a few needles just kind of tucked down in the side, and then it's been a pretty good little system for me. I like it. Super lightweight and compact. I can find everything I need. And then I also keep a little mini Sharpie if I need to make a sign to get a ride to town or leave a note for somebody. Don't draw on signs, guys, and quit drawing on the underpasses. Come on. I keep a few stormproof matches. They're not just waterproof, but they will burn for quite a while. A mini Bic liner with some medical tape wrapped around it, and a rubber band, because you never know when you're going to need your rubber band. And then up to our med kit. Keep a few butterfly bandages just for the heck of it. A cleansing wipe, some antibiotic cream, some first aid burn cream. The KT tape. I do have some Leuco tape I need to get replaced before I head back out. I like this stuff. It's really good for muscle pain. You can use it different ways to support different muscles, but I do still use it for blisters. More blister prevention. I'll put it on my heels and the balls of my feet where I'm having problems, and it does a good job without being as gluey. The Leuco tape, I have a problem when my feet sweat. The glue kind of leaks out and gums up my shoes or my socks, and we don't like that. So a couple different band-aids here. Some of them are the blister gel guards. Not the best to heal up your blisters. I want my blisters to dry out, but when I have to walk on them for the day, they add a lot of comfort. So really good. Vitamin I, ibuprofen. And then this is actually some Imodium, some antihistamines, and what this is 1 round of an antibiotic that I got prescribed before I left, so that if I have any problems with Giardia, or I also sometimes have some bad reactions to spider bites, and I've had to be on antibiotics for those. So good to have if I'm out in the middle of a 5-day section. I can get myself started. All the other little things. So obviously your mini toothpaste, and I've got some extra hair rubber bands and another thing to wrap some medical tape around. Mini toothpaste, mini toothbrush, Gold Bond powder, great. Put it on my feet when they're sweaty and causing some problems, and if you get any chaff anywhere, it's nice to have. Obviously, we got our mini toenail clippers. Got to keep your feet in line down there. I bring earplugs just in case I'm sleeping by somebody that snores or it's really windy, my tent flaps around. Here's just a little bit of bleach in a mini eyedropper bottle, and that is kind of if my water filter breaks or I lose it or the water is really questionable, I'll add a few drops of bleach. Fold up little mini brush, got to keep the tresses under control. And then these are great. Instead of wet wipes, these are some little foam pads that have a little bit of cleanser in them. They're dry, and you can add a little water, and it's great to scrub off your feet or your face, and then pack them out with you. The other thing I really like having as an extra is this little light. It's great. It can go up really high, dim down. I'll sometimes wear it around my neck at night, so that if I wake up in the dark, it's easy to find my light instead of looking around for my headlamp. And then these are Rollo lenses. I took a friend to an eye appointment, and the eye doctors had all of these for people leaving with their eyes dilated. It's a really dark, just kind of a film sunglass that will actually stick to your face when you pull it out. If I lose my sunglasses, those are going to be lifesavers. My friend Warner Springs Monty Tam and Yogi from Yogi's Guidebook said, always bring 2 spoons. So there you go. And then this fabulous fanny pack. I really like this. It's got a lot of organization on the inside, and what I do is I'll keep my maps for the day in there. If I think it's going to rain, I'll keep these in a plastic bag. So the night before, I'll figure out where I'm going to go and make sure I have those. I'll keep a few pieces of tape, because that way you don't have to stop and take your pack off if you're getting a hot spot. And then this is the handy dandy little stick pick. This thing is great. It's what goes on the end of my trekking pole and holds this phone or whatever camera I'm using, and I can get some really cool shots of me hiking, talking to you guys, or whatever we're looking at. Extra good compass. This one is one, if I really get lost, will really work well with these maps. And then the other thing about this pack is it holds a ton of snacks. I usually put breakfast, some sugary snack, and all kinds of stuff in here. I keep one extra pocket knife in here. This one is super lightweight. It doesn't even weigh ½ an ounce, and a little bit longer. And why do I want a knife that's just a little bit bigger than a teeny tiny one? Is it for protection? Do I think it makes me look tough? No. This knife is big enough that if I bring a stick of salami, it slices all the way through. And that's important, right? It just expands like crazy. This little front pocket, I can fit all kinds of stuff in here, but I keep some sunblock and chapstick in here all the time, and then it can fit just a ton of stacks. It's so stretchy. And it's been a great way to keep myself supplied and organized as I'm hiking. Okay, so the other thing I really changed up for this section of hike, or changed a little, is I switched and I'm hiking in a skirt. It's got some compression shorts built in. I Love this thing. It's breezy, it's airy, it's made out of a great material, it's got a ton of pockets on it, really comfortable. For the desert, I cannot say enough about hiking in a skirt. Guys, get a kilt, you'll love it. Same tank top, this is just a Under Armour Gear, super lightweight, kind of meshy tank top. I love it, dries really fast. I'd like to get one in a lighter color, but you know, go with what you got. And then I am loving this shirt from Columbia. It's actually their performance fishing gear line. It's super lightweight. It's the thinnest shirt I've ever had. Dries faster than any I've had. It's got little plastic snaps, so it's really easy to snap up or unsnap. No buttons, extra light, really meshy and airy here in the back. And I don't know what this material is made out of, but it just keeps staying white. I mean, I wash it with no soap when I get to town sometimes, and it looks like, not like new, but it looks really good. The other thing that I changed, I'm still really loving, are these oboe shoes. They're not as lightweight and breathable as some of the trail runners, but they've got a rock plate and kind of a thicker sole, and they have really helped my feet feel better. Nice wide toe box. Maybe my feet are getting a little hotter than they would in another shoe, but the soles of my feet aren't getting banged up as much, and my feet are much happier. So I'm going to stick with these. I did buy a pair of gaiters now that I'm hiking in a skirt, and these just go over your ankle and hook down to your shoe, and these have been great. They keep all the rocks and dust out of my feet. Are they a little bit hot? Yeah, I think so, but totally worth it. Otherwise I'd have to stop a million times to get the dirt and the little pebbles out of my shoes. And I've been hiking with Injinji toe sock liners right now, just on my right foot. It's the only foot having toe blister problems, and this seemed to clear it right up. And then I hike with a shorter pair of the Darn Tough socks. Love these socks, merino wool, really breathable, not too hot, and I like the shorter tops. They're just a little cooler and more comfortable in the summer. And then of course, the fabulous white hat. This is Columbia Omni-Freeze. This hat has been on over 1,000 miles of trail, 400 of the PCT, the JMT with me last year. Super lightweight, super breathable. The thing I really like about it is the gray underneath the brim here. My eyes are really sensitive to the sun, and if I didn't have this, I've noticed this makes it a lot easier. The reflection's not as bad. I can even hike without my sunglasses quite a bit till the sun gets pretty bad. So there you have it. That's pretty much all the stuff that goes on my trail. This is what I wear, and let's go ahead and pack it back up. And if you guys got any questions, shoot them my way. I do keep inside my pack a trash compactor bag liner, and anything that needs to stay dry goes inside the liner. This bag is not waterproof. And then, last but not least, we just tuck in the arrow. All right, guys, so that's it. We'll see ya. Wait, what? You want to know what the arrow's for? I almost got away with it. Is the arrow A, I hunt mountain lions while I'm out there. B, you know, resupply is really tough. This helps a lot. You know, there's quail, there's bunnies. C, protection. You know, I don't carry a gun, I don't carry spray. Or D, something useful. So actually what this is
Da